is that public property must be for public enjoyment. Public property must be for public enjoyment. Where is the logic to give this up to a private developer? It defies logic. Yes, government has been taking properties from private ownership for public enjoyment. That happens with our roadworks and so on. It's a necessity. Where is the necessity to do the reverse? Now, traffic. According to the recent traffic reports, all traffic in Hong Kong will stop. Right? We can't avoid what is happening today because the buildings put up, you can't tear them down. But we can stop making it worse. There's more shopping malls and more office buildings attracting more people to Central. We just make things worse. Where's the logic? They were reclaiming a harbour to relieve traffic, and now they're putting more buildings up on the harbour front, selling the land, selling Government Hill. I think we're putting up a third convention centre in Wan Chai. Again, that will attract more traffic. According to the traffic reports we have, traffic will just stop in Hong Kong. Then, in 10, 20 years' time, brilliant government servants will tell us, we've got a perfect solution. Electronic road pricing. You know? So government should be, this is my third advice to the government should be far-sighted, you know, and consistent. They cannot do one thing and do the opposite. I remember 15 years ago when I was at the Town Planning Board, they downzoned everything on mid-levels. From a plot ratio of 8, that means on a piece of land of 10,000 square feet, you can put up 80,000 square feet, down to 5. So from 80,000, you can only put up 50,000, and the only justification was traffic. And this was past the Town Planning Board. This will be a very, very useful precedent to use for those who are going to fight this battle on the Town Planning Board. So you downzone traffic in mid-levels, downzone the development plot ratio for traffic reasons. Why do it here? It doesn't make sense. So my warning to you is twofold. One, don't trust the government. And secondly, once you give way to one crack in the door may then become wide open. I just have one last point. Again, as a town planner, you do not waste public resources. You have to think carefully what to do with these buildings. I can see architectural merit, but on the other hand, as a responsible town planner, you have a sensitive and sensible balance between progress and conservation. If you stop everything from changing, there will be no progress. But if you change everything, there will be no history, no heritage. It's going to be a very sensible, decision-making as to what to do with the present buildings. I'm sure they can be made very good use of, but it is for the experts to answer that. I think I've come to the end of my... Oh yes, finally, the cross-harbour tunnels is related to this. Traffic is coming from Kowloon to Central. So more development in Central will make the cross-harbour traffic also worse. Right, finally, our experience fighting the government. You need publicity so that you can get public support. People in Hong Kong are busy making a living. Taxi drivers driving their taxis, although I speak to them all the time. Waiters and so on will have their hard work, hard life. They haven't got the time. So there are three processes. The first is education. Let them know what is happening by publicity. Secondly, leadership. Give them the leadership. Provide the leadership for the fight. And then thirdly, determination. And perhaps 4 important characters, something called GUTS, guts. I'm afraid in Hong Kong I found a rather strange formula that money and guts seems to be in reverse proportions. The more money they have, the bigger the companies, the less are they able to offend the government, which is sad. Well, I just repeat 3 pieces of advice to the government. I hope the media is here. First, people before money. And secondly, be far-sighted. And finally, be consistent. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston, for sharing us with a lot of insights on how to deal with the government and how to bring this forward. Actually, maybe later I can also ask Katie Law, who is with the Central and Western Concern Group, to talk about her experience in dealing with the government, and also she's got a lot of plans for publicity as well. Now, but I think Winston posted a very important question: can we trust the government? Now, let me ask Rachel to come out and probably give her views as a former civil servant.